Hello, viewers of the Spell, and today we have a new studio I'm making videos in. So, yeah, you can expect better audio quality with less ambient noise. The other thing I need to mention is I'm going to have an update for the channel, more detailed at the end of the video, but since almost none of my viewers watch my update video, I gotta do this. But the gist of it, if you don't want to go through a lengthy update, is the fact that I'm going to be doing more readings of other content besides What Ifs, and probably readings of fanfiction. If you weren't aware, all the content I have on this channel is my original fanfic What Ifs. So yeah, if you have any recommendations for places I should get stuff to read, whether it be fanfiction, book, light novel, whatever, send me a link, and if I can get permission, yeah, I'll probably do them. And without further ado, let's begin this video. As Midoriya was feeling pleased with himself, managing to win the obstacle course, with the staff giving everyone a minute of breather, Midnight would announce the next competition, a game of chariots, with the team having points based on where they came in the foot race. Midoriya was excited until Midnight revealed that the person who scored number one had 1 million points and had by far the most points of anyone in the competition. As Midoriya, even without his ability to sense people's emotion through the Force, managed to sense the hostility in everyone around him, feeling like 100 eyes gazed on him with hungry expressions. Though he knew in truth it was less than 50 people, he was pretty sure some of the people in the crowd were also watching him with great interest. As we flash to a man covering most of his face discreetly, as he said, "Quite an interesting show, young Jedi. Perhaps you might be a proper rival one day. Or perhaps join me." As the competition began, or more specifically, the competition to find the people for the competition. As students ran around trying to get people to join, Bakugo and Todoroki were everyone's first choice, while Midoriya was left a little high and dry for people to join. After all, who wanted to join the person with the outrageous amount of points? But he was approached by just enough people: Toga, Ochako, and Tokoyami. As he assembled his plan, other groups would form, as the all-out brawl of this event would occur, with many attacking him first, as Todoroki managed to separate them from Deku with a string of ice. Midoriya was puzzled for a second before he saw Todoroki coming at them in full force, as he realized that he wanted all of the points for himself, and that they were now trapped. Meanwhile, Bakugo would be tearing through the competition, using Sero's tape, along with a girl from the support course's gadgets, to maneuver around the stadium, tearing apart the competition by stealing headbands left, right, and center. While other teams relied on subterfuge and stealth, many just ran at their opponents, sparking mini brawls with people trying to grab at each other's headbands with the points, and some employing their quirks to great effect. Many of the surviving support and general study students were being picked off quite rapidly in this competition. As Todoroki would come at Midoriya Midoriya would just tell Uraraka now, as she would use her quirk to put all of them in zero gravity. As he would use the force to push off the ground, sending them flying over the ice wall. Instead, now just trapping Todoroki with his own ice. As Midoriya would use the force to yank a couple headbands from other groups, Todoroki would surprisingly manage to get over the wall and come right at them. As Midoriya pulled on the force, Todoroki would bring his hand up as it would light up with fire. Midoriya would be surprised with this as he released a force push. The force would manage to push the flames back and destabilize Todoroki's balance, giving them a minute to gain more space. As Todoroki would push forward, as Ida would reveal his trump card. Cipro burst as he rushed forward. As Midoriya would try defending the headband he held, Todoroki would grab it. Midoriya, using the force to grab a couple headbands from Todoroki, but only managing to catch a couple. They had lost the 1 million headband before it was revealed that Tokoyami had managed to grab it. Midoriya sighed in relief, as he managed to thank everyone for their hard work, as being able to grab that had secured their place in the next round. And that's where we're going to leave it. Now, sorry for it being a little shorter, and the sound maybe being a little wacky. New space, new setup that I'm trying to adjust to. As for the update, more or less it's what the beginning of the video was. I am going to be keeping the what ifs as part of the channel, judging from the viewership. I'm just going to be altering the schedule and doing things like HFY and maybe some horror stories. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, please like, share, and subscribe. I also plan on doing more shorts. And this will be a Spell Re. Sign off.